Hello, my name is Jen Gonzalez. Today I'm going to be giving my opinion on a couple of hot button transgender issues. I am a transgender person. I am a trans woman. I came out almost exactly a year ago to my close friends and family. I came out publicly about 9 months ago. I know that there is a lot of heated debates going on out there in the world and online about transgender issues. A lot of this, the dialogue and the perspectives or the positions that are out there being debated are not reflective of my experience or my opinion. So I want to have an opportunity to speak for myself and encourage other trans people to speak for themselves. Ideally, I would really like to see the dialogue regarding trans rights and trans rights activism. I would really like to see that changed. And so since I'm a trans person, I think that it's my obligation to say something. Okay. So I know that this video may be contentious, but I hope that it's at least helpful or informative to somebody. The first issue that I want to talk about is this rallying cry that has been used quite often, that trans women are women. The other issue I want to talk about is pronoun usage and the laws that have been emerging around pronoun usage. So trans women are women. I don't know where this started. I don't know who came up with this. Okay. I do not subscribe to this. I don't. Women, the word woman, and the class of women has been defined. Okay, but I think that we need to accept biological reality. Okay, I am a biological male. I'm a male. Okay, I was born a male. Okay, a biological male, and I'll die a biological male. Okay, I can't change that. All right, I can never be a woman. All right, a woman is a biological female, the adult version of a biological female. Okay, it's simple. Okay, and I don't know where this slogan came from. Okay. I don't know how it's justified. I know that I can't justify it, and I know that I don't agree with it. Okay, now I'm going to present an alternate term for us that I think is accurate and useful. Okay, and that is trans woman. And I would define that as a biological male who has or is in the process of transitioning to present as a female and who wishes to live socially as a woman. Okay? And note that I said wishes to live socially as a woman, because we cannot live as women. Okay? We are not women. All right? We can wish to live as women, which is clearly what we do, but we cannot live as women. A trans woman is what I am. And I think that if defined in that way, it is accurate and it is useful. Is it a useful distinction between us and real women? Okay? There is a difference. Okay? We are not real women. All right? We are biological males that wish to live as women. Okay? That is different from a woman. I know that's difficult for some people to hear and take in, but it is simply reality. We are not real women. Okay? I'll give you an analogy. Okay? And I know that analogies are not perfect. Right? So please don't dig into my analogy and try to point out the intricacies of how it's not really applicable. Okay, I get it. There's in terms of this issue, there's like no perfect analogy. I am a former U.S. Marine. I served in the Marine Corps in a peacetime capacity during peacetime in a non-combat role. Okay, for about 7 years. All right. Now, if someone were to approach me and tell me that they were also a former U.S. Marine and that they wanted all the rights and privileges of a former U.S. Marine, okay, but they had not gone through boot camp, they had not graduated from Marine Corps boot camp, okay, I would tell them, you are not a Marine, okay? You cannot claim to be a Marine if you have not gone through Marine Corps boot camp. We have a really clear process by which you become a Marine, and you can't self-identify into that class, okay? I would not allow that. I would be the first person to say no, okay? So it does not make sense for me, or anybody, I think, to self-identify into another class. Here, the class being woman, okay? And I can imagine women saying, no, you're not a woman. You can't just say you're a woman, okay? You can't do that, all right? Woman has a very defined criteria. What is a woman? It's very defined. It's defined, okay? Biological female, adult, okay? Adult, biological female. In the same way that I would not allow somebody to call themselves a U.S. Marine, I also do not attempt to call myself a woman, okay? There's no way you can just identify yourself into that class, okay? There's an alternate term besides trans woman, if you don't like trans woman, as I've defined it, okay? There's an alternate term, and that people use, and that is trans-identified male. Okay, I don't like it, but I tell you what, it's accurate. It is a fact, okay? It is a real word that accurately defines me, okay? I don't like it. I prefer to be referred to as a trans woman, okay? And that is just simple psychological effect of being referred to as a male rather than a woman. That's all it is, okay? They are both accurate if you define trans woman as I have, and trans-identified male is already accurate. I would really like that slogan to stop being used. The trans women are women. I would really like us as trans people to move away from this trans women are women slogan. It has caused so much trouble, and you know that it has. how much trouble this trans women are women slogan has cost us. It's not helping. It's definitely not helping our relationship with feminists or with larger society. So trans women are trans women, and a trans woman is a biological male that is in the process or has transitioned to present as a female and who wishes to live socially as a woman. Okay, trans woman. All right, pronouns. Here we go with pronouns. Also another contentious thing. I don't know where these laws came from. Now there's all these laws where if somebody misgenders a trans person, they can face criminal penalties for it. To me, this seems like a serious overreach, and possibly in the United States, possibly unconstitutional. I think the intent is to try to protect trans people from harassment, which I think that is completely legitimate. I don't think anybody should be subject to harassment. I think everybody should be protected against harassment based on it and their personal characteristics or identities. And that being the case in which somebody is misgendering a person with the intent to cause them suffering. If that is the intent, then that should be considered harassment, in my opinion. And I know that I don't know all the legal jargon well, but I don't think that a person who disputes the ideological or philosophical reasons for using a person's preferred pronouns, I don't think that that person is intending to cause harm onto a trans person. And so I don't think they should be subject to criminal penalties. I think that their right to use the pronouns that they believe are accurate, even if they're not preferred, their right to do so should be protected by our Constitution of the United States. I don't agree with it. I think that it's just kind of rude, but I would not take offense to it unless it appeared to me that a person did so intentionally to offend me or intentionally to cause me distress. Okay? Now, if that happens, that should be considered harassment under any harassment laws. People should be protected against harassment. Okay? I don't know all the in and outs of the legal system, but this to me seems, as a simple person, this seems like an overreach of state authority to impose this a penalty on someone in these kinds of cases. And as trans people, we should know, we should be aware, and the pronouns are associated with biological sex. We know that, okay? So if somebody misgenders us accidentally, inadvertently, or just because they do not know our preferred pronouns, there's no reason to get upset about that. We need to be understanding of others. We also need to be forgiving of other people's mistakes. So how do I deal with pronouns? I don't announce my pronouns. If somebody asks me my pronouns, I tell them I prefer female pronouns, she and her. Okay, I don't correct people on pronouns. Okay, I tell people my name, Jennifer, when we meet, and usually that's all it takes. They figure it out. Okay. Now, when I go to a restaurant or a bar, right, and somebody who doesn't know me, like one of the customer service people, if they don't know me, they don't know that I'm trans, they usually will address me as sir initially. And so what I do in that case is I politely ask them if they would not refer to me using that title. I think other than that, like if somebody inadvertently, a stranger on the street, inadvertently refers to me as he or sir or whatever, I just ignore it. Like it's not worth taking the time to stop and have a conversation about the fact that I'm trans. It's not worth it. Okay. The only time that pronouns are an issue is when somebody is intentionally misgendering someone in order to cause them distress or to intentionally offend them. That is, or should be, a form of harassment, and we should be protected from that, okay? Just like anybody should be protected from other forms of harassment, all right? We as trans people, we are an exception to the rules, okay? We are, right? We are rare. There's not that many of us, all right? We should not be demanding or expecting that the world change around us. And I think it hurts us. It actually sets us back in society for trans rights activists to be aggressively pursuing agendas in which the world is changing around this small fraction. I think it sets us back in terms of our acceptance and integration into society. One of the many things that has really bothered me over this past year since coming out is seeing trans rights activists or trans women on the news angrily shouting down women. It's terrible. Listen, we wish to live in the world as women. We do. And we can have a discussion about why at another time. But that's just the way it is. We wish to, and in probably most cases, we need to. But we can't knock down the door to womanhood. We can't break down the door to womanhood and demand a seat at that table. Just like in my analogy, if I was to have a gathering of friends from the Marine Corps here at my apartment, nobody's going to knock on my door and demand to sit at that table. These people claim to identify with the woman, the class of woman, and wish to live as a woman. How can you be so disrespectful to them? How can we be so aggressive towards them? I don't understand. I just don't understand why. We need women. We need women to accept us. If we want to live among them, we need them to accept us. That means that they need to be the ones to open the door for us. We cannot knock down the door and demand a seat at the table, okay? They need to open the door and embrace us. And the way things are going right now, that's not going to happen anytime soon, okay? So the women hold the cards, not us. The women hold the cards, okay? They have the control over class membership, not us, okay? I am a biological male. I'm a male, okay, who is transitioning to present as a female and who wishes to live socially as a woman, the right thing for me to do is to earn the respect of women, to prove that I am worthy of being a part of their social circles. Okay? I will never be a woman, but I can, at best, be accepted within their social circles. Okay? As a trans woman. All right? And I would be honored if they refer to me as she. Okay? So, please, if you're listening to this, please I really hope, I implore you to share this message with other trans women and think about this perspective. Okay? Think about what it means to be a trans woman. Accept the truth that we are trans-identified males, even though I think that's lame. I don't like it, but right. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I've been really wanting to make this video for some time. These issues are really important to me as I am a trans person, and I want to help the dialogue move forward. I want to try to influence other trans people to take the same positions, if possible, as that I do. I know that I can't change people's minds if they don't agree, but I'm hoping that my rationale makes sense and that other trans people can see the benefit of a different perspective. I would encourage you to reconsider, especially the use of that trans women are women slogan. It's really, it's caused so many problems. And let's all chill out on the pronouns, all right? Okay? Like, we don't need the world to validate our existence, okay? You look in the mirror and you love yourself and you know who you are, and that's what matters, right? That's what I do. Okay, I hope that you feel the same way. Okay, you're beautiful. If you've come out as trans, it should be a very, very liberating experience. Okay, pronouns don't bother me. I'm happy. All right, if somebody misgenders me, whatever. Okay, I got a life to live. All right, I got things to do. Okay, if somebody cares, they'll ask, and those people I get really close to, and they become really good friends. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends. Please follow me on Instagram as well. I have an Instagram link to my Instagram profile in the description. I'm really glad to have had this opportunity to speak, and I have enjoyed this moment. Thank you very much for watching, and please come back.